Hello, everybody, and welcome to race number 10 of Season 4, NASCAR Walmart Cup Series. I am Levi McIntyre, aka Thrash Maniac 99, the voice of NASCAR Walmart Cup Series, here to welcome you to the American Ethanol 400 at Kansas Speedway. And this is going to be an exciting mile-and-a-half race for you here today at Kansas. But first, we've got to take a look at how the point standings look coming into today's race. Jesse Sadie comes in with a 42 points lead over Chase Oliver, 47 over both Austin Weiner and Sonny Hammond, and 50 points over Gabe Williams, and that is how your top 5 looks. The rest of the top 10 is Anthony McCrory, Danny Wells, Charles Sanford, Joshua Balkin, and Kyle Matthews. And the rest of the top 20 are Kyle Singer, Dylan Thoreau, Chris Singer, David Rivera, Jecko Knight, Chris Thomas, PJ Williams, Kendall Maynard, Charles Jackson, and Eric Enrage. Now, I have a quick announcement to make regarding the chase format this season, and as well as for the future seasons. From now on, we are going to be alternating chase formats every season. Starting from this season onward, the seasons that have even numbers will be in the current chase format in NASCAR, where it's the 16 winners, or however that scenario will be. Also, it will be in that same scenario like it was before in Season 1, except with a new twist, with the winner, if a driver in the top 16 around the first 3 races in the chase, whoever in that chase wins a race during that period will automatically move on to the next round, and you get the picture. And then for the seasons that have odd numbers at the end will be the old chase format with the top 10 in points and 2 wildcard drivers and an LCQ winner. So we will not have a chase LCQ race this season, but it will return in Season 5, and that should be great. But anyways, here's a look at your starting lineup for the American Ethanol 400 at Kansas.
Imagine the dreams of a 13-year-old looking up at the sky, wondering how the world can be so cold. This kid wasn't sold it would be like this. At nighttime wishes to be safe from this abyss. Cause this shit is something that can be dismissed. A boy born as a girl who is going through the stress. He's got a shotgun number, can't play for the team. His school won't let him even know it's his dream. Now he's sitting in bed with a loaded gun, thinking about blowing his brains out to kingdom come. Cause he's been bullied and teased all his life. Almost killed himself 2 years ago by slitting his wrist with a knife. I wonder if he sees the things I see for him. 10 years down the line, speaking at the forum. A college graduate up at the top of his class. The first trans NFL player up in the draft.
Well, there's a look at your lineup. Michael Norman on the pole with Trent Dunham in second. And here we go. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys and girls. And already Michael Norman looks like he's going to clear Trent Dunham, but Trent, he's going for a crossover move, going from high to the low line. Meanwhile, back there, they are 3 wide back there behind the battle for the lead. And that could end pretty in a nasty way. But it looks like Trent Dunham will lead lap number 1 here at Kansas. Trent Dunham trying to get his first Walmart Cup Series victory since the Coke 600 at Charlotte in Season 2. And we are under our first caution. And Gabe Williams is coming in hot, but I think Dunham will lead the second lap here as we look around to see who is all involved. Oh, Jessica Shelton got a piece of it. Oh, we had a big wreck. It looked like James McLeod got involved. Jecko Knight, Sonny Hammond was in it. Rookie Chris Thomas was involved. Kyle Singer. Oh, Henrietta Fitzwater was involved. Anthony McCrory. Biggie Spencer might have gotten involved. Jessica Sheldon just got rear damage. Kendall Maynor was involved. PJ Williams. Austin Weiner's got a scraping on his car. I think that is pretty much everybody that looked like it was involved for the most part. Unless there are other drivers I don't know about. But Trent Dunham is up at the front of the field for this race right now. So let's take a look at a replay to see what brought the caution out for the first time today here at Kansas. Well, as we take a look at it, it looks like it's going to be contact with teammates. Jessica Sheldon gets up into her teammate Kyle Matthews, goes for a slide, and then Jecko Knight gets involved. Dorian Facepuncher actually got a piece of that. And then, Matt McIntyre, whoa, my word. The 31 and the 43 both took some hits. Danny Wells got a piece of that as well. And Biggie Spencer was indeed involved in that mess. Dorian Facepuncher, I know for sure got involved, and he somehow drives away from it all. Let's go up to the 5 of Jecko Knight, because I believe there's going to be more contact with him and someone in just a moment. He gets down into Chris Thomas, and Chase Oliver got a little piece of it, and there's Austin Weiner. Ian Dutta got a little piece of that as well. And then right there was where Biggie Spencer gets hit. Now let's see how the 31 of Matt McIntyre gets involved. As he's running right behind the 15. Well, he's going to first get a little hit onto the 31, or onto the 9, and then, man, that was a hard hit from the 43 of Henrietta Fitzwater into the 31. Let's take a look at that. As Kendall Maynor gets in there, and wow, direct hit. And the 43 about went flipping. And then right there, another hit, that time from the 31 or from the 4 of Danny Wells. And then there you see the reminiscence of the contact with, wait a minute. Wait a minute, is McCrory going to hit him in the driver's door? Don't tell me. That more or less looked like he hit him right in the left front wheel, but that was a close call for the 14 of Chris Thomas to have not gotten hit in the driver's door. That could have been horrific. Now, how does the 47 of Sonny Hamlin get involved? He just piles in. Gets right there into the back of the 26 of Kendall Maynor, and then McCrory comes up into it. And then got there, and there's where Kyle Singer gets involved. And it looks like James McLeod really just went for a spin. Didn't really get too much of damage. And then there is where McCrory... Let's see how fast he was going. McCrory was going about almost 110 at that moment. So it wasn't an impactful crash for the 14 of Chris Thomas, but it was still pretty hard. And then everybody else is just trying to drive away. But that was a look at what brought the caution out for a big wreck on lap number 2 here at Kansas. Let's take you to the restart at Kansas. Well, as we take a look at the list of drivers out of the race, they include Biggie Spencer, Jecko Knight, Chris Thomas, or actually no, make that Sonny Hamlin still on track. But Biggie Spencer, Jecko Knight, Chris Thomas, Anthony McCrory, Kyle Singer, and Henrietta Fitzwater are all out of the race. But Trent Dunham is your leader. Second is Gabe Williams. Third is Rue McIntyre. Fourth is Chris Washer. Fifth is Chris Singer. Sixth is Jesse King. Seventh is Jesse Setti. Eighth is Seth Cole. Ninth is Zachary Fitzwater. 10th is Preston Plord. 11th is Cody Lamas. 12th is Michael Norman. 13th is Eric Enrage. 14th is Justin Nichols. 15th is Charles Jackson. 16th Dylan Young. 17th Kyle Matthews. 18th is Charles Sanford. 19th Mitchell Riggs. 20th Ken Thoreau. Then it's Joshua Balkin, Dorian Facepuncher, Joshua Michaels, Brandon Nichols, Dylan Thoreau, David Rivera, Danny Wells, PJ Williams, James McLeod, Ian Dutta, and then the rest of the cars left are Chase Oliver, Austin Weiner, Matt McIntyre, Kendall Maynor, and Jessica Shelton. One car on the field, a lap down, Sonny Hammond. Let's see what's going to happen here on this restart, and it's going to be 35 to go. Here at Kansas, Trent Dunham is your leader. Meanwhile, I see a battle for third about to happen as here comes Chris Washer underneath fellow Ford Rue McIntyre. And it looks like Washer is going to get that spot. Meanwhile, Dunham still holds on to the lead, and so far Dunham has led every single lap here today at Kansas. And now Washer, he's going in for second underneath Gabe Williams, but Chris Singer and Jesse King and Jesse Setti are all coming into the picture as well. Trent Dunham still doing a good job of holding on to that lead, but here comes Chris Singer in that 18 Double Mint Toyota. But underneath him, here comes Jesse King in the 55 Aaron Street Machine Florida State car. And we are still clean and green here at Kansas. Meanwhile, we got a battle for fourth going on as Gabe Williams is trying to get underneath of Jesse Setti. Speaking of Jesse Setti, there's her boyfriend Rue McIntyre. They're both battling for the fifth spot now. And the 28 of Rue McIntyre will get the spot. Meanwhile, back there's Michael Norman's going to take over that spot over the 88. Chris Washer's coming into the fray as well. And Trent Dunham's still just holding on to that lead as we now take a look around the back. Some cars aren't up to speed, some still are. Charles Sanford, whoa. Charles Sanford lost a lot of momentum and he's going to lose a lot of spots. I don't know if the 20's not up to speed or something may be wrong with the 20 of Sanford. I'm not sure. But Sanford, he's dropping like a rock. We'll have to keep our eyes on that here in just a bit, but as we're looking around at everybody else, everything's still pretty good, and Trent Dunham continues to hold on to that lead. Here we are on lap 13. Meanwhile, it's 3 wide for second. Chris Singer was on the bottom, and speaking of Dunham, here comes a teammate in a similar paint scheme, and that's Preston Ford in that 41 car. He wants to try to make this Earnhardt Ganassi 1-2. And speaking of Earnhardt Ganassi, let's see where the third guy, Eric and Rage, is running. Well, Charles Sanford's on pit road. But speaking of Eric and Rage, there he is. He was last scored in the 19th spot. So he's the lowest of those cars. As I'm looking around for Charles Sanford, and there he is getting ready to come out pit road. Maybe this is pit strategy. Maybe he's coming in the pits early because we know for certain that they have to make at least one pit stop in this race, and that could be strategy for Sanford. Meanwhile, we're going to have a 3-wide battle for the lead, and Dunham's going to get passed by his teammate, Preston Ford. So Preston Ford has now taken the lead from his teammate Trent Dunham, and now Dunham's under attack from Chris Singer in the 18. And remember, Chris Singer won earlier this year at a 1.5-mile track at Rockingham, UK. He wants to go for a second win, but here comes Jesse King right behind him. And oh no, they are going to catch now they have caught that lap machine of Sonny Hammond. Oh man, this can end pretty badly in a hurry if Sonny doesn't get out of the way or they don't get out of the way. Whoa, and he almost got up into Gabe Williams, and that could have been very, very disastrous. Oh man, are they going to go 4 wide? Whew, that was close. The 47 is holding up the 88 and the 52 right now. There you see the 99 of Ken Thoreau sporting an old paint scheme from old NASCAR in the 99 Office Depot car. And man, Jesse said he's just getting held up big time right now. Not what that 88 car has been needing. Man, the 47's just not wanting to get out of her way, and now it looks like she'll go up high, but now Charles Jackson's going to get held up. Chris Washer even got held up a little bit from that as well. And now Jackson's going to come low. But now the next card I may have to deal with the 47 is Joshua Balkin, as well as some other drivers back there. Meanwhile, we got a new leader, and it's once again Trent Dunham, who somehow got the lead back. Although last scored was Chris Singer up at the front. But let's take a look and see how the field currently runs at the moment. It is Trent Dunham as the leader. Second is Jesse King. Third is Chris Singer. Fourth is Preston Plord. Fifth is Rue McIntyre. Sixth is Zachary Fitzwater. Seventh is Gabe Williams. Eighth is Justin Nichols. Ninth is David Rivera. 10th is Cody Lamas. 11th is Michael Norman. 12th is Mitchell Riggs. 13th Ken Thoreau. 14th Eric and Rage. 15th Seth Cole. 16th is Dylan Thoreau. 17th is Brandon Nichols. 18th is Dylan Young. 19th is Chase Oliver. 20th is Dorian Face Puncher. 21st is Jesse Setti. 22nd Charles Jackson. 23rd Joshua Balkin. 24th is Joshua Michaels. 25th is Kyle Matthews. 26th Ian Dutta. 27th Kendall Maynor. 28th James McLeod. 29th Danny Wells. 30th is Austin Weiner. 31st PJ Williams. 32nd is Jessica Shelton. 33rd is Matt McIntyre, and then 2 cars a lap down are Sonny Hammond and Charles Sanford. But now the leaders have caught the 31 of Matt McIntyre. Trent Dunham lost a little bit of time, and now Chris Singer's going to come in pretty hot. Also Zachary Fitzwater, but battle for the lead up ahead as Chris Washer's made it into pit road. More pit strategy. Dunham somehow managed to get the lead back again. With the 31, we're going to have to keep an eye on him to make sure that nothing bad happens with him being slow on the track. And whoa, Cody Lamas about got up into him, and that could have been bad. And yes, Matt McIntyre sporting an old school 31 paint scheme, the 2001 Lowe's car. And another notable paint scheme change is up there in front of him, the Wonder Bread 78 of Mitchell Riggs. First time ever in Walmart Cup Series, a different paint scheme for that 78 car. Same with the 52 of Seth Cole and the Mr. Goodbar car. Excuse me. And then another paint scheme change, an old school car, the number 12 car, and the old 2001 Mobile One car. And we've already talked about that 99 car, and that's a 2001 Dale Earnhardt car. Another notable paint scheme is the Altel Ford of Dylan Young. The Mountain Dew Game Fuel car for the 88 of Jesse Setti. An old school number 24 DuPont car for Kyle Matthews. A secondary paint scheme for Ian Dutta and the number 66, or Route 66 Kmart car. And a retro paint scheme for Austin Weiner and the number 22 Miller Genuine Draft car. That's really it. And look at this. We got another, again, 1-2 with Earnhardt Ganassi. Trent Dunham in the lead. Preston Plord in second. In the same paint scheme, same team, 1 and 2 right now. And oh no, they have caught Sonny Hammond again, and Dunham about got into him. Now David Rivera's coming into the picture, so is Cody Lamas and a lot of people. We're going to have to stay with the 47, but also we got to make sure if whether or not these cars are going to make any pit stops here in just a moment. And I see Jesse King is entering pit road. Man, we're going to have a lot that we're going to have to stay with. Staying with the 47 to make sure nothing big happens, as well as seeing who is all coming into pit road. It's going to be tough to multitask this. I think everybody will be good to go to get by him, so now we can take a look at the pit stops. And we have a new leader, and that's David Rivera. Preston Ford is in pit road. A lot of other drivers. Trent Dunham in second. I see Gabe Williams, Chris Singer, Chris Washer a lap down, 2 laps down, Charles Sanford, but Seth Cole would be in fifth now. Right now it is David Rivera up at the front, but here comes Trent. Remember that strategy with Charles Sanford and Chris Washer. They're going to stay out the rest of this time period, so they could get their laps back. But who knows where they're going to be on the track specifically is the question. But anyways, as I'm trying to see who is leading at the moment, I'm thinking maybe Jesse King is up at the front, but there's plenty of other drivers. And wait a minute, Charles Sanford's coming back in the pit road. I guess his strategy must not have been able to work out itself. But we'll see about Chris Washer, because Chris Washer was only a lap down, so he may be the leader, I'm not sure. We'll just have to stay with the 10 car and see where he's going to be scored once everything cycles back around. Ian Dutta's up ahead. Now I'm guessing everything is now cycled around, and it looks like maybe not everything. It's hard to even tell who is where on the track, but apparently they are scoring David Rivera as the leader with a big lead over Jesse King, but I don't know, we gotta wait for the official scoring on here on this up and coming lap when they come to the start finish line. Lap 33, and it looks like it's official. David Rivera is your leader. Second is right now Jesse King. Third is Mitchell Riggs. Fourth is Zachary Fitzwater. Fifth is Chris Singer. Sixth is Gabe Williams. Seventh, Cody Lamas. Eighth, Trent Dunham. Ninth, Dylan Thoreau. 10th, Brandon Nichols. 11th, Justin Nichols. 12th, Seth Cole. 13th, Rue McIntyre. 14th, Ken Thoreau. 15th now would be Joshua Balkin. 16th, Jesse Setti. 17th, Eric and Rage. 18th, Dylan Young. 19th, Chase Oliver. 20th would be Michael Norman. 21st would be Charles Jackson. 22nd, Dorian Facepuncher. 23rd would be Ian Dutta. 24th, Danny Wells. 25th, Austin Weiner. Jessica Sheldon, 26th. And then other cars are all over the place. And meanwhile, Mitchell Riggs, here he comes for the lead underneath of the 6. Mitchell Riggs, ever since starting the season off not so great, he's been getting some good finishes lately, moving him higher up in the points. He wants to get a win and get a potential spot in the chase here. And the cars that would be officially in the chase right now would be Jesse Setti, Austin Weiner, Chris Singer, Jekko Knight, Zachary Fitzwater, and another car, and Rue McIntyre. Those would be the cars who would be in the chase right now. But Mitchell Riggs, if he can win this race, he could add his name on that list. But they are catching lap traffic fast, and actually the guy in second is the dominator of the race, Trent Dunham. He is in second, and he can have an advantage going into turn 3 here. Mitchell Riggs, and he's about to catch Jessica Sheldon, but meanwhile, here he comes to the bottom. Trent Dunham is back up at the front, and he's still trying to get that win. 4 laps to go here at Kansas, and look at this pack of cars. Some are lapped, some are racing for position. Dunham's got the lead, but Mitchell Riggs is coming back. And I see Zachary Fitzwater, David Rivera, Jesse King and Chris Singer all up in there trying to get to that position as well. But Mitchell Riggs is in the lead, and then David Rivera in second, and then third Fitzwater, fourth Dunham, fifth Singer. 3 to go here at Kansas. We are getting closer and closer to the end. Mitchell Riggs has got the lead, but here comes Zachary Fitzwater, who won last week at Kentucky, a very similar racetrack to this place. He's wanting to go for 2 in a row here. 2 laps to go here at Kansas. Oh, but they have caught Sonny Hammond, and they're going to catch Austin Weiner. This could shake everything up a little bit. Maybe not, because now Fitzwater's got the bottom lane, but they may catch Danny Wells. Zachary Fitzwater has the lead right now. And he won last week at Kentucky. He's trying to go for 2 in a row, and white flag is out for Zachary Fitzwater. Can Mitchell Riggs or Chris Singer or somebody else maybe get a shot in on the 45? Mitchell Riggs, he is coming fast. But I don't know if he's going to have enough time unless the 45 screws up here. But right now, Zachary Fitzwater has the spot, and it doesn't look like anybody's going to shake him. Coming to the checkered flag for the second week in a row. Zachary Fitzwater wins in a NASCAR Walmart Cup race. He wins the American Ethanol 400 at Kansas. Second win in a row this season, third win of his career. Zachary Fitzwater has officially locked himself a spot in the chase for the championship, along with Austin Weiner and Jesse Setti. Great job for that 445 team. Somehow, some way, managed to get his car to the front. So let's take a look at the official results. Zachary Fitzwater gets his third career win in Walmart Cup competition, as well as the third of his career. Mitchell Riggs nearly had that race won, but he comes away short with a solid second place finish. Chris Singer, solid third place finish. That's going to help him out in points. Cody Lama's got a much needed good run of fourth. That can move him out of last place in points potentially. And Dylan Thoreau rounds out the top 5. We didn't talk about him all day long. He comes away with a good finish. Seth Cole, solid top 10 finish. That may be his first top 10 he's had all season long, maybe. Brandon Nichols, solid performance of 7th. Jesse King, great run of 8th. Gabe Williams, 9th. That can move him higher in the points. And Justin Nichols rounds out the top 10. The rest of the top 20 was David Rivera, the race dominator, Trent Dunham, Ken Thoreau, Preston Plord, Rue McIntyre, Eric and Rage, Michael Norman, Joshua Balkin, Dylan Young, and Jesse Setti. And the rest of the cars that finished on the lead lap were Chase Oliver, Charles Jackson, Dorian Face Puncher, Ian Dutta, Danny Wells, and then the rest and everybody from 26 on back to 37 finished the race a lap or more down. And they were Austin Weiner, Joshua Michaels, James McLeod, Kyle Matthews, Jessica Shelton, P.J. Williams, Kendall Maynor, Matt McIntyre, Charles Sanford, Chris Washer, and Sonny Hammond. Everybody else was out of the race after the one and only caution we had. Biggie Spencer, Jecko Knight, Chris Thomas, Anthony McCrory, Kyle Singer, and Henrietta Fitzwater. While great race for Zachary to win, bad race for his wife, Henrietta, who finishes dead last. But that's going to do it for our coverage today here at Kansas. The next race we head to our next road course trip, and that's going to be at the track of Lime Rock. And then after that race, we head to Spartan before we head to All-Star Weekend at the Derek, or actually no, not at the Derek Motodome this time. We head to Charlotte again to go back to an old tradition. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this race. I am Levi McIntyre signing off, but here are your results, rookie points, and regular points.
Even be you, you'll be amazed at the things that a person can do when they have enough drive and the right state of mind. Nobody's ever gonna even get close to your shine. So if you find you wanna be a doctor, a priest, an astronaut, a fireman, or join the police, be on the silver screen, become a movie star, or be a pro racer and drive fast cars. It don't matter the age, it don't matter the color, it don't matter the gender or who you love. If you got it in your heart, then go ahead and do it. If you have a gift, then please go ahead and use it. Cause I was feeling stupid while trying to do music, thinking that I had no voice and that I was useless. But as I write this down, I can see what I mean. Nobody ever will stop me from achieving my dreams.